bring you some tech trick because this is the season for some tech trick. You should be updated with some of the latest in the tech space so that you enjoy the Christmas better. We'll bring you Business Fix, Ghana Speaks, where your voice matters. Our main discussion that will explore a myriad of conversations. We'll bring you Politics Today, that segment that explores everything political. So you don't want to miss out on the show at all. Tell your friend, tell your loved one that ABC in the Morning is live, so they all should tune in. We'll take a break. When we are back, it's Front Story time. Still watching ABC in the Morning live on ABC News GH. This morning on Front Story, we are taking a look at the issue about WAEC, Ghana government and WAEC. Over the past couple of weeks, it's taken a center stage in our conversations, especially because our friends, our loved ones, our sisters, our brothers, our younger siblings who have completed the West African Examination Council exam, the WASSCE, the West Africa Certificate Examination, are awaiting their results. And amidst growing concerns over government's debt to the WAEC, the government has made a partial payment of some 25 million Ghana cedis. This payment comes after WAEC warned that the outstanding 118 million Ghana cedi debt could delay the release of the 2024 WASSCE results. You'd remember that we are already nearing the end of the year, and next year, early next year, students should be starting, first year students should be going to school, and these are some things that raise concerns. But Dr. Clement Apak, who is the Deputy Ranking Member of Parliament's Education Committee, acknowledged the payment as a positive step, but emphasized that it is far from sufficient to resolve WAEC's financial struggles. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa, remains hopeful that the 2024 WASSCE results will be released by the end of the year. He confirmed that WAEC has been in regular contact with the Ministry of Education about the matter, though he admitted that unforeseen circumstances sometimes hinder WAEC's ability to meet its target. It is important to also note that WAEC has cited financial challenges as the primary cause for the delay in releasing the WASSCE results. On December 19, John Kapi, who is WAEC's head of public affairs, revealed that unresolved financial obligations to technicians responsible for maintaining critical examination equipment were preventing the timely release of the results. This issue has also drawn the attention of the minority in Parliament, who have demanded that both the finance and education ministers be summoned to explain the government's failure to clear its debt to WAEC. Despite several attempts, neither minister have appeared before the House to address the matter. We've had some engagements with the Deputy PRO for the National Council of Parents and Teacher Association, who is Irene Sam, regarding this issue, and we will be looking at that. However, we spoke to some parents about this issue and how they are accepting it. Let's take a listen.
That's never kind of say about time I am na yeah machine I say in twin farm mark my result into be a one gin work a crap 10 cities a year 50 cities a year now more simple bank count no papa bet me up Yamankola and one year
so ne bondo bi e me kasina Mexico and school ha besani wo parents e wo wa koni ake fiam resource amena mena gani ane school alo je na wo how you for you finally akobo na ba shoni anya ma ka resource fe before you mo konye kasina bi atashia sani mo fe mo ebo mo da ke mo ko ni ko le akofo mi sani e bi le ya university ni ne fi ha mo ha o an bo fe mo ni ko na ba fi na ba mark ni ni amewa na afi before you come
ba no mo anu mo nko se ja obi na abeya ntu asoman na bi bia na eyi ayi me ya ka za ba no enti o mka na o mu ntimi nkoso na o mu nko school na so bi emra
afia no kaplesa o pafa ikoni akwa jami ahawo ona akwa jama wo koni wo bi anya ye kuna ne kuna ka hu chiche foye hu nyum meje won pafa shinya na twinya wo fiofio we aba agwo ntomo
odo yo na agba kan awo follow ya ga shike itashi tuka ni ne kele bi ba kido shi lo sako ye na agba ke wo le na mi ni amak pepa lo du le na o ba pipo he akade ke be lo ne ke be mi ya face to face shi wo tashi no luko na ka ma ko pepe afa bo ni fe wo tu yi do ka tuka no le bana ka result na ba ya le anu police na ka shika sani wo ba gba wo ni o ko be te ba nye fe ku ele e ba wa wo.
So these are some parents who have expressed their concerns about this issue of non-payment to WAEC. Let's speak with John Kapi. He is the head of public relations for WAEC. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
Can you confirm to us whether indeed some 25 million Ghana cedis has been made to WAEC by government to address the financial concerns?
Yes, we picked up a check for 25 million cedis last week Thursday, and so yes, it's true. The government has made some payments for now.
Okay, is this going to mitigate the situation, alleviate some of the concerns that WAEC has raised about the non-payment and how it could affect the release of the 2024 WASSCE results?
Well, we indicated that we had to settle some indebtedness to some of our suppliers, some technicians who did some work for us. So that amount that was released was just enough for us to be able to pay that debt. And so it leaves us still in a situation where we would need, some extra funds to pay them, because they've asked that we should guarantee payment as soon as the work they are coming to do right now is done. So really, we would need some more funds to be able to, to carry out our business. Yeah.
Okay. Today's 23rd of December. What is the current status of the 2024 WASSCE results? When you speak to some of the students who wrote their WASSCE, they are very confident that in January they should be going to school. But if we have about 8 days to end December and results are not out, what should they expect? What's the current state of their results?
Well, what I know is that for now we are still working to process the results, and if there is any other thing that can be done, for example, provision of funds, why not? We'll be able to carry out and do the job that we need to do.
Okay. In the event that government is able to pay all of the debt it is owing you, some 118 million Ghana cedis by the end of the year, should we expect that just when it is paid, the results will also be released?
Well, the difficulty we have now is that we need to scan the objective answer cards in order that we are able to, what do you call it? We're able to fully process the results. So if what do you call it? The payment is, they give us some money to be able to fix those machines, then we can scan the cards and then be able to, what do you call it? And be able to release the results at the time that we need them. But as we speak, once funds are not made available, I'm afraid the delays will continue.
Okay. You need to scan the objective answer cards. How much money? You're saying that if some money is released, then you can fix the machines. How much money is enough money to handle that issue?
Well, you know, we would need the people to come and assess the machines, you know, and ascertain that indeed they are ready to work on them before we can tell, for example, that we would need 100 million or 50 million to be able to fix them and then go ahead and do the job that we have to do. So really we have to, you know, just, for example, if this 25 million we have now matures and we pay them, then they will now come and assess, because the difficulty now is that they say if we don't settle the debt that we have, there's no way that they are going to, you know, do any further work for us, you know. So that's the situation we can find ourselves.
Well, the WASI was written some months ago, and many raised concerns about the fact that this issue has persisted for far too long. Didn't government know that if the monies were not paid, results were not going to be released? Were they not fully informed about that? Or it was, don't worry, this is about us, this is about the students of Ghana, so in any case the results will be released? What seems to have been the lapse that has caused this issue to persist up until this time?
Well, the difficulty has been that normally when we present our budget a year ahead, so they are very much aware of the funds we need for the job that has to be done. And so when it's time, we write to them, we send messages. We've even gone there personally, but you know, the attitude has been the same. Okay, we'll give you a little. Now we have this major challenge. There's no money to be able to fix the challenge. They'll go ahead. So really, we cannot be held responsible because we have communicated appropriately, you know, at the time that we needed to do that.
The minority in Parliament has raised concerns about government's failure to attend sessions which had discussions about the debt that is owed you. Is it true?
Well, there have been some discussions in Parliament on this particular issue, but then unfortunately we are apolitical. We don't really get involved in those discussions. But if they raise those issues on our behalf, why not? We are, you know, happy, because then it enables us to get, you know, responses as far as the job we have to do is concerned. Yeah.
But did government come to the table anytime there were conversations regarding the debt owed WAEC?
Well, as I said earlier, all we do is that we have this interaction with the minister. We write to him, and he is the direct person who should release funds to us. There's no other quarters that we go to where we need funds, you know. So I can say for now that, well, it's not been as easy as we you know, expected, because if he doesn't respond on behalf of central government, there isn't much that we can do.
Okay. The minority had also called on government to respond, the ministry to also come to Parliament and come and respond to some of these issues. Unfortunately, we did not see that happen. I know you say you are apolitical, but this is an issue that concerns WAEC and concerns all of us. How do you receive these non-show in Parliament to speak on the matter?
Well, what happened was that I think it was after Parliament asked the minister to come and answer questions that they released this, you know, what do you call it, check for 25 million, you know. So I believe that was their way of responding to that call. That is what I think, you know.
Okay.
But then it's not so much a question of you going to respond to the call, but also taking action on the requests that are made, you know. But as we speak, not much has been done. So we're still where we are.
Okay. So right now, the issue from what we have, the conversation we've had, what I would glean from it is that the issue is that 25 million has been disbursed, but if more comes, then we can fix the machines and then we can start marking the objective cards.
Exactly, that's what it is. We would settle our indebtedness to the technicians who are supposed to come and service the machines. And then now we'll have to guarantee that we'll pay them when they are done with this job. And that is the difficulty that we may be having right now, because we will need more funds certainly, so that we'll be able to pay them and also pay some other service providers, get our internet services ready so that we would be able to upload the results when they are ready. So all of these things are costs that need to be attended to.
Okay, Mr. John Kapi, we'll be looking forward to having more conversations with you on this matter. We are looking forward to hearing some good news, because there are students at home who are also looking forward to the results coming out. In the interim, you have mentioned that indeed, if you pay this 25 million, you would have to also guarantee that more money will be coming. But say this was the amount of money now, and this is all you have at the moment, what really can 25 million do for WAEC at the moment?
So the only thing that 25 billion can do for us right now is to enable us settle our debts. That's all. Okay. Nothing more.
Okay, Mr. John Kapi, we are grateful for your time this morning. We'll do well to come back to you for more conversations on this issue. Our siblings and our nieces, nephews, and children at home are really looking forward to their results, so that they too can gain admission into their tertiary institutions. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Mr. John Kapi is the head of public relations at WAEC. He says that government has indeed given a check of 25 million, but the 25 million can only do as much. There's not really much that it can do. They can settle some part of the debt to some of the service providers, especially those who are fixing the machines, and also guarantee that they will pay more. And where will that guarantee be coming from if government does not come back to give them more money? We are looking forward to receiving more from government, so that our siblings at home can also receive their results and look forward to some tertiary education. Let's speak with Irene Sam, who is the Deputy PRO for the Parent Teacher Association, the National Council for Parent Teacher Association. Good morning, Ms. Sam. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, my dear.
Government has paid some 25 million Ghana cedis to WAEC. How does the Parent Teacher Association here in Ghana view this development in light of all of this outstanding debt?
Thank you very much. Let me say a season's greetings to your cherished viewers and listeners. And we are also grateful for always having us here. Yes, we have heard of the amount that has been paid to WAEC, and we are saying that it is woefully inadequate, considering the total amount owed by the ministry to WAEC. And that's how come that the future of our children, their destiny is now in a limbo. So we are not so much happy about it, and we are saying that the amount is woefully inadequate. They should try and do the needful, because parents are agitating, the costs are too many here and there, and then they are so much concerned about what exactly is going on.
PTA is a strong voice in our second cycle education, very strong voice that we cannot do without. And you have often advocated for improvements in the education sector. This current situation and how it has opened us up to issues of maybe not receiving results this year. Do you think this situation reflects on government's commitment to education? Does it put government in a good light?
No, please. It doesn't put government in a good light at all. And as we have said, the NCPTA is a very strong voice. And over the years, we have been hammering this particular issue that government should look at the quality again. Their commitment to the policy is not forthcoming. Therefore, we should have a way of seeing to it that we ascertain this issue and see how we can solve it. But you see, all these ones have fallen on deaf ears over the years. Even government even tried even to disintegrate our noble association and to make it their own party or whatever that they want to make it, and then for them to do, even to control the PTAs. So you see that woefully they have not performed very well in this regard. The commitment to government has not been forthcoming, and this has caused this kind of delay in the WASSCE as a result that we are all anticipating that by now parents should have it, and then we should know how to even start preparing our wards to even go to tertiary education.
You mentioned that you have proposed some issues about the policy. Can you explain them again for our viewers to understand?
You know, this free education policy came about as a result of the GES approved levies that we parents were paying formally. That is the fees that government has absorbed. And one of them is the examination fees, both the internal and the external ones. And then the feeding deficit that we are also experiencing. And then the congestion that we have in the various schools as well. And then money that has to go to the schools for the perishables too has not been forthcoming. So all these issues are what we have put down on paper that we want to meet the ministry and see how best we can solve it. Because these things are not providing quality education to our wards. It is only giving the access, fine, the equity, fine, but the quality, that's what we parents are interested in. It is not forthcoming. Look at the classroom situation. Teachers are not able to even to teach and teach effectively. The numbers are many. They don't even have time. They teach the whole year, no break periods. And then this is also affecting teaching and learning in various schools. So all these are things that we have listed down that we would like to meet the ministry and see how best we can review it and see government commitments. Do you have the funds for it or not? Or if the funds are there, is there any kind of misplaced priority? Then let's see how best we can come in. Because all these things is hampering on the education of our wards. Our wards are the direct beneficiary of this free senior high school policy. So we have a voice and we have talked about this issue, but the government posture have always been that let's pay politics the education of our wards, and that's what they have done over the years. But let's also consider the fact that all of us, one thing that identifies us is that we are all parents. So will you let your ward go through this kind of situation? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. And even as a ministry, they should ask themselves this question. Would they allow their wards to go through this pain that they are inflicting on us as parents? Let's look at it again.
Okay. Ms. You mentioned that education fee, examination fees and some other fees are things that you would have preferred to pay it. If you went to the table with government to look at the issues again, what are some of the fees? Could you list for us some of the fees that you would rather be paying instead of government absorbing them?
Yes. So all that we are saying is that you have said that you want to do this. It is part of the package coming. And we as parents have sat down to see that this issue is not forthcoming. Your commitment is not forthcoming. So why don't you bring us to the table again and let us see the areas that you feel that you cannot genuinely contain? Then we can come in here. They are providing uniforms for our children, and the uniforms will stay a whole year. As I speak now, those students in our student uniform too, most of them don't have school uniform to wear. They are still wearing the one that we have provided for them when they were admitting the various schools. So who says that parents cannot get uniform from their wards to wear? And I want to say this, that no politician should ever think that parents cannot take care of their wards. It is not correct. If you want to cushion us, and now you feel that you are not able to do it, bring us back to the table. How can we meet you halfway? If the uniforms can be absorbed by parents, why not? If the examination fee, we can do 50-50 or 30-60 or whatever. Let's talk about it. Let us know your commitment level. Then we also see how best we can support you. Look, PTAs have done a lot. If you go to schools now, the infrastructure that we have put up, we are able to support government and to complement government efforts. So this is what we are saying, that whatever commitment that you are able to give now, let us know. Let us see how best you can meet the government halfway. Because all this now we are doing, playing politics here and there, it is not helping us in any way. It is rather jeopardizing the destiny of our wards and the education. So this is what that we are saying, my dear.
Okay. Indeed, we know that PTA plays a very vital role in our education as students, and almost every senior high school you'd see some infrastructure donated by the PTA. In this free senior high school policy, how much have you been able to also, as a PTA, give to schools, or have you been hampered in any way?
My dear, we have given a lot. This examination fee, the internal ones, they call on PTAs. If you don't give us anything, we can't do end of semester exams. So we have to give in. When it's time for sports, they call us. Whatever it is that the school needs, they fall on the hands of the PTAs. And that's what we have done over the years. But when you have a government who comes and says that I want to disintegrate this PTA, I want to fragment it, I want to just make sure that they don't even exist, then the kind of support that you require, you will not get it. And these are the ripple effects thereof.
Why do you say that? Is there any interference by government? In
yes,
the earlier submission, you mentioned that they're trying
yes,
to... Okay.
Yes, there has been unwarranted interference in the operations of PTAs. PTAs have existed for 17 years and over. Most of the schools that we see today started in rural communities before government absorbed them. So that is what we are calling about community and school participation. And then we realize that we cannot exist in individual schools. When issues come, we don't allow maybe a single school to go and talk about the issue. So there is a need for us to come together and have one voice. That's how come the association was registered, NCPTA, back in 2013. And then this government tried to fragment the association and then try to even change the name when they don't have that power to do so. The PTAs is a legal entity. The PTA is an autonomous entity. The PTA have existed for years and we are on our own. It's a private entity. How can GES or ministry, being a public entity, influencing the operations of PTAs? And that has caused a huge gap. That has caused a lot of problems to us. So most parents feel that the PTA don't even exist anymore, and that the name has even been changed from PTA to PA. Where in this world do we have PA? They are saying they are traveling over.
What is the meaning of the PA?
Pardon?
What is the meaning of the PA you are mentioning?
They say it's Parent Association, indicating that the teachers are no more part of it, because they feel that the teachers are their employees, therefore they can just set rules for them, they can just control them. But it doesn't exist anywhere like that. If we are not people who are litigants, we could have taken this issue to court long ago. But we just want to exercise some restraint and see how we can talk things amicably. So this kind of gap that has been created, it has caused a lot of harm to us. A lot of things that we have to do, even for the schools, we are unable to do. Because they have said clearly that, it's Parents Association. Therefore, even at PTA meetings, teachers are not even part of that meeting. Can you imagine? A whole PTA meeting, teachers are not part of it. The head of school just come and give a report and then leave the rest of the meeting. How did we get here? How did we get here?
We'll come back to this conversation and delve deeper into it. But before I let you go, if the delays in results persists, what advice would you give to parents and their wards who are growing increasingly frustrated about the outcome?
Yes, so we just want to use your able media to appeal to our parents that they should exercise restraint. The national body is talking about this issue. We are raising our voices that the right thing will be done. They should exercise restraint, and then let's see the way forward. We know that by all means, something will happen, and then our wards will go to school next year as have been proposed. And then also, we also are appealing to the Ministry of Education that they should please do the needful. They shouldn't play with the destiny of our wards. We are pleading, we're on our knees, pleading with them. They should make things work for us. Thank you.
Thank you. We are grateful for your time this morning. We'll do all to come back as this matter continues to bring more conversations.
Thank you, my dear.
Irene Sam is the Deputy PRO for the National Council of the Parent-Teacher Association here in Ghana. And that's all for Front Story today on ABC in the morning. We'll bring you more conversations as the story unfolds. We'll take a break. When we are back, Derek Kisiedu will bring us the latest in sports, and Eric Militrinebwa will follow with some tech trick. You don't want to miss that. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Africa wants a freedom. Africa.